Hello again, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we're here to review one of the earliest albums released on independent hip-hop label, Strange Music. And that album is Skatterman and Snug Brim's sophomore effort, Urban Legendz. Now, this was the first of two albums released while the duo was signed to the label, and it's often forgotten amongst Strange Music discography. I personally own a copy that I purchased back in 2007 from my local record store. It's been some years since I've heard it, so I decided to give it a listen and see if it still holds up well enough for me to justify owning a physical copy of the CD. So without further ado, this is Skatterman and Snug Brim's sophomore album, 2004's Urban Legendz. Number 1. Say What You Say. A pretty good way to start off. This will definitely get your head nodding right away. The horn sample reminds me of the one in Tech N9ne's song Shocked from his album Vintage Tech. The verses from both Skat and Snug are decent enough here. Nothing amazing, but pretty good for this particular style. The hook isn't the greatest, but I've heard far worse. I give this one a 5 out of 10. Number 2. Heart and Soul. One of my favorite songs from these guys. I used to play the shit out of this on my old iPod Nano. Skat and Snug kill it on the verses, but Chris Calico is what takes this song to another level. What a soulful, bluesy, rock and roll approach to the chorus. And yes, the hook alone has elements from all those disparate styles, somehow sounding like all of those genres all at once. The guitar sample is dope and the snare really cuts through in the mix. I was so sure that the hook was a sample interpolation of some classic song, but I couldn't find anything on who sampled or any other resource, so I guess Chris came up with this entirely from scratch. So, bravo, 10 out of 10. Number 3, Car Wash. This song is beyond silly. These guys really tried to make a song about washing your car sound hard. They failed miserably. Not even feature verses from Cut Calhoun and BG Bullet Wound and a hook from Chris Calico could save this song from itself. I don't hate it. It's too ridiculous to even do that. It's just kind of there in all its silliness. 1 out of 10. Number 4, Crazy. This song is okay. The verses are legit as far as getting across the point of the subject matter at hand. The beat is serviceable, but not excellent. The hook is kinda half-assed. They could have written something better and gotten a better artist to sing it, but really the standout part of this track is the featured verse from Cut Calhoun. This should have just been his song alone. I think overall he could have made this into a much better sounding song, but it is what it is. 3.5 out of 10. Number 5, Murder by Numbers. I really like the beat on this one. Very West Coast sounding. I could absolutely hear Ice Cube on this song. The best part, once again, is Chris Calico, who absolutely fucking kills it on the hook once again. Like, this one is really catchy and very militant sounding while sounding gangsta at the same time. Overall, a pretty damn good song. I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Number 6, Lap Dance, featuring Tech N9ne. I love this song. Definitely in my top 5 songs from these guys. The feature from Tech is my favorite here, where he tells a true story of a dalliance he had with a past paramour that he met at a Quincy Jones party in the late 90s. Some years later, after losing touch, he came back to town and attempted to arrange services from a sex worker, where the two surprisingly came face to face again. Now, Skat and Snug relay tales with just as much depth as Tech's, and in conjunction with this dope-ass beat, with that flute sample, makes a classic song. I give this one a 10 out of 10. Number 7, Mafioso. Featuring Greed, Tech N9ne, and Cut Calhoun. This song is okay. I like the beat. Chris Calico does a decent job on the hook, and additional features from both Cut and Tech N9ne are good additions as well. Pretty much, this song sees everyone involved calling out the fake black gangsters who like to front like they're mobsters. And if you look at the time period this song came out, 2004, Sopranos was at the height of its popularity, so it's not a surprise that somebody was going to say something about this during that time. It's not the greatest song on the album, but it's not bad either. I give it a 5 out of 10. Number 8, Pac-Man. I really like this one. Everything about this is sick. The beat is so tight, and the verses are great, which includes a feature from Cut Calhoun and another feature from Tech 9 on the hook, which is rare to see Tech do hooks. He usually does verses for features. And let me tell you, it was a great idea getting him on the hook, because this is the catchiest shit you will probably hear on this whole album. This one, definitely in my top 5, if not my top 3. 10 out of 10. Number 9, Life in the Game. An underdog of the underprivileged and held back. Another really good song here. The beat feels like a companion piece to the Mafioso track, but this one is executed much better. Again, Chris does the hook on this one, and it's really, really good. Much better than what he wrote for the Mafioso song. Scat and Snug kill it on the verses. So does Cut, who is featured again as well. I give this one another 10 out of 10. Number 10, Tired. This is just a 22-second skit that sets up the next song of the same name. Usually I hate skits, and I wouldn't even take the time to acknowledge them when doing an album review because most of them are pointless. But honestly, this is so damn short and manages to transition so smoothly into the next song that I wonder why they didn't just make it a part of the next song, because you barely realize it's there as a standalone skit. No rating, just confusion. Number 11, If You Want. We can go ahead and get lost. So this song is certainly something. The production on this is insane. It sounds like something that would have came straight out of the South at the time. Not really the Midwest, but it's dope though. I also really like the hook. The verses are good, but over this scattered production, there's this dichotomy between the two that kind of throws the synchronization off just a bit. It's a good song overall, just not completely sure what to make of it. I give this one a 4 out of 10. Number 12, The Two of Us. This song is terrible on all levels. Nothing can be salvaged here. 0 out of 10. Number 13, Kansas City. Now remember earlier on when I said that the first song on this album reminded me of Tech 9's song Shocked from his Vintage Tech album? Well, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same sample from that song, just repurposed here. Not entirely sure, but I think a portion of it is. For some reason, I feel like Pastor Troy would have been a good fit for this song. I mean, it just really sounds like he would be right at home on this. Just like track number 11, there's something very southern feeling about this one. It feels like crunk fighting music. I really like the hook on this one as well. 8 out of 10. And the final song of this album, number 14, Shut It Down. Unfortunately, not a very good way to end the album. God damn it, why couldn't they have just stopped at the previous song? Would have been a perfect ending. 0 out of 10. Now overall, this album is pretty decent. When it's bad, it's really bad. When it's good, it knocks it out of the fucking park. And more than often than not, it tends to fall right down the middle. There are like 3 songs that I think are complete garbage. 5 or 6 that are some of the best stuff these guys ever created. And the rest are just kinda okay. They aren't bad, but they're not particularly good either. Features from fellow Strange Music alumni Tech 9, Chris Calico, and Cut Calhoun definitely take the album to greater heights, and usually the songs where they're involved tend to be the best ones. With that being said, I give this album a 7 out of 10. I'd like to take this time to thank my editor for all his hard work, and to thank you all for your time as well. I sincerely appreciate it. If you enjoyed this review, I kindly ask that you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with anyone whom you feel may be interested. That's all for now, folks. Until next time, be safe, take care of yourselves, and each other.